I'm finally gonna talk about Kraven the Hunter. I was putting this video off for a really long time. It was originally meant to be a full-length video because, well, I did the exact same thing with the Venom movies and Morbius and Madam Web. I was like, well, I might as well do the same thing with Kraven. But the reason why I'm putting this into a short instead is because this movie is just so fucking boring. Like, at least with the Venom movies and Madam Web, at least, like, yeah, they're not great movies, but they at least have some entertaining parts in them that make them worth talk about, because, you know, there's some fucking stupid shit in those movies that makes it, you know, at least somewhat enjoyable because it's so fucking bad. In this movie, it's just boring. There's nothing interesting about this movie. Aaron Taylor Johnson I didn't really like as Kraven. He didn't feel like Kraven at all. I wouldn't say he wasn't watchable, he just didn't feel like Kraven. Like, every time Russell Crowe talked throughout the entire movie, I was like, that's Kraven, I hear Kraven, but no, he was just Kraven's dad and stuff. And the action was nothing too special. Everyone's like, but this movie has the R rating, you know, the Venom movies didn't have that, this movie has that, that's so good. But I was like, the R rating didn't really stand out. There wasn't a single moment in this movie that stood out. I was like, that shit was brutal as fuck. When Kraven did that shit, that was so fucking cool and so bloody and so cool. But there's nothing like that in this entire movie. There's not a single bloody scene that really stood out. I'm like, oh, that was so cool. Nothing. So they really didn't do much with the R rating, and I feel like they just should have given it to Venom. Venom was who they should have given the R rating to, not Kraven the fucking Hunter. So fucking stupid. The villains sucked. I mean, yeah, we have Rhino. The final battle, oh my goodness fucking gracious. God awful. I mean, what the fuck was that? That was rough. That was very rough. And the other guy, the guy with the glasses and stuff, like, who the fuck was that guy? I don't know what the fuck his deal was. So yeah, all the characters were not interesting. He has a female sidekick. She was boring, and this movie was so fucking boring. This is why I was putting this video off for a long time, because this movie is so boring. At least with the Venom movies and Madam Web, they were somewhat entertaining, and there was a lot of things to make fun of in those movies. But in this, there's nothing. It's just a bad movie, and it's just bad. So yeah, Kraven the Hunter, don't watch it unless you want to complete all of the Sony Spider-Man spin-offs. Then sure, go ahead. But it's really not worth your time. It's boring as shit.